Yes, ready. This is a dictation at the rate of 100 words per minute. Yes, start. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I have spent 70 years watching, participating and witnessing development in Jammu and Kashmir, and therefore somebody described me as a witness to history. Sir, I find it difficult on this occasion to find adequate words to express my grief and anguish at what is happening there. This time there has been an unprecedented outburst of frustration, of rage and of anguish. The leader of opposition in his effective opening speech has made many points which I do not want to reiterate. He has mentioned several factors that had been responsible over the years and the decades to build up this sort of resentment. We are seeing there grievous deaths and injuries to hundreds of people. They are all citizens. If young people, young citizens are blinded, we have to have some compassion and understanding. Whenever there is a small accident in which 2 or 3 people die, we get up and say how sorry we are. We send our condolences. But what about the recent happenings in Kashmir? Is the nation awake and aware of the immensity of what is happening there and of the depths of the frustration and pain of the people? We have got to share that pain. If we say that they are a part of India, then India has got to share the pain and the frustration and the rage that is there and try and see what can be done to look into the matter. The leader of opposition talked of the use of disproportionate force. If that has happened, then it should be inquired into, because that is also not acceptable. Sometimes some force has to be used, but disproportionate force is surely something which cannot be condoned. As I said, this time the youth and the intelligentsia in the valley are alienated. The press has stopped printing. The newspapers are not coming out any longer. There has been a curfew for 10 days. Can you imagine what it would be like to live for 10 days without being able to go out of one's house even to get medicines or to get essential commodities? And it is going on. Marriages have been put off. Even funerals are not taking place. The whole situation has become such that the entire valley is in the grip of some kind of a terrible crisis. Sir, I am not sure whether you fully understand or appreciate the depths of the whole affair. I know Pakistan will obviously fan the flames. This is what they have done right from the very beginning. Even before my father signed the instrument of accession, even before that, Pakistan had intervened with the tribal invasion in October 1947, and it will continue to do it. It has done that all through the years. But simply to blame everything on the foreign hand, I would submit to this honorable house, is being unrealistic. We have to accept that we are facing a serious problem of trust, of credibility in the valley. Stop and over.